Forming bracket!
What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my review for 9 Days, which is a 2021 film. It is currently Saturday as of the filming of this review. I actually saw it Monday, so I do apologize for the late review, and actually it's probably going to be a bit later when I actually release this even further down the line. But guys, this was a movie that I had no idea what it was about, which I know, per usual, of Chad Saborn of 2021 and 2020 movies is atypical. But this movie in particular, I had no clue. I was just literally scrolling through Showtimes on AMC. I was like, okay, am I going to watch Escape Room 2 or am I going to watch Jungle Cruise? And then I saw 9 Days and I was like, I don't know what this is. And then I saw it said Independent. I was like, all right, watching that. That's all I knew. But then I asked one of my friends, because I went on Letterboxd just out of curiosity, and I saw that nobody really reviewed this movie. I'm following like 200 people on Letterboxd, and none of them had seen it. So I was like, okay, this is definitely an obscure movie. But my one friend happened to have seen it, and he said, go into it knowing as little as possible. So I guess I went into it with the best expectations because, again, I had no idea what it was about. But if you guys do want to know a little bit about this movie, I'll give you guys the basic premise without spoiling anything. And that's quite simply, a man is conducting interviews. That's all I'm going to say. Because this movie, although I wasn't a huge fan of it, I overall thought it was okay. I think it's a movie that I would still recommend people see. Because it is original. It is very original. Its approach, its aesthetics are very much so unique. See, this movie is dealing with themes that, although you've seen before in other movies, the way they go about it, it's more of like a slice of life type of approach, which is very interesting, I personally think, because, you know, for a lot of people, when you're doing interviews and everything, you think documentary, and this movie isn't in that format. It's not like Borat or District 9 where it's in that format. It's more of like, it's a structured story, but at the same time, it happens to be that there's interviews too, but it's more, less documentary, more like art house-esque. Which this movie does have a lot of art house features to it. I mean, you have it where there's a lot of moments where there's a lot of visual storytelling, a lot of moments too where characters will say something and then they'll wait like 10 seconds for like an answer. That's something that Nicholas Winding Refn also has done, you know, with like Only God Forgives and Drive. I think it worked better in those movies. This movie, I can't lie, it didn't really work for me. But I will also say this, and I'm being 100% honest with you guys per usual, I was kind of tired watching this movie, and I think that that's maybe why I thought that this movie was kind of dull. I do possibly want to come across this movie down the line, like, and give it a second viewing, maybe after like a year or two, because I feel like sometimes I'll watch an independent film, and I'll watch it, and I'll say that it was just okay, or that I didn't get a lot out of it, and then I'll rewatch it, and then I actually end up loving it. That happened with First Reformed, where the first time I liked it, but I definitely felt the pacing. But then I rewatched First Reformed and I loved it. I fell in love with it. So I think 9 Days has that potential because there's not many issues to it. You know, it's a very well acted movie. It has it where it's a very interesting sound design. There's not much to it. There's no like oomph the way you would with like an Avengers movie. So it's definitely unique in all these aspects. And I like unique movies. I am always championing original storytelling movies. And in a world where we get every MCU movie 2-3 times a year, and you know they're pretty much conglomerating the franchise of what theaters are, the theater chains, it's nice to have a movie like this. But I will say this, like I said, in this viewing, I found this movie to be kind of dull, and I feel like it might have also been the color palette. The cinematography has interesting camera angles for sure, and I do think that that is something that's on point, but I did find myself honestly finding the aesthetic of it very dull and very monotonous. I think that that was symbolic, though. It could have represented, obviously, the characters and the oppressive nature of everything that's going on. I think that that might have been, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel like it was dreary. Not in like a good way either. It was something that really kind of like took me off guard, I guess you want to say. Like, it left me unengaged. And I know that this review seems all over the place, but I'm just being 100% honest with you guys because I watched the movie and I literally said to myself, I feel mixed. I really do. On one hand, I respect it, but on the other hand, I found it to be kind of dull. Like I said, I do want to rewatch this movie down the line. I do. I'm not going to sit here and say that this movie, you know, I'm just going to write it off the way that some people might. The average viewer will not like this movie, but if you are a mature moviegoer that obviously wants a lot out of something, that wants to take things, you know, wants to get themes and messages and nourishment out of a movie, I would definitely recommend you check this movie out because at the very least, I think you'll respect what this movie is going for. And 9 Days for me personally, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 star rating, which for like a hot sauce rating, it's the good old Frank's hot sauce rating. So, yeah, I thought it was okay, but again, I do honestly recommend you guys check it out. So 9 Days, that's my review for said film. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys, on what you thought of it. And have you seen it multiple times? If so, I'm curious if it does get better upon multiple viewings or if it's a one-and-done type movie. So, that being said, guys, again, I really do appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.